Alan Wake 2. As I said, first look. I've not played this at all before. I've been holding off for you, viewers out there. Let's get into it. I kind of want to play on story mode, if I'm honest, just to get through, enjoy it for the first time. And then the last game had a trophy for complete the game on nightmare difficulty, so I'm probably going to have to play through it again anyway. So
I think if I know there's a difficulty-based trophy, I tend to start on a higher difficulty. Just because I want to get used to it. I don't want to have that jarring thing when you go from like story mode all the way up to the higher difficulty.
Absolutely. I get that. Yeah, I think I flip that, and I'd rather enjoy the story than go back and grind through the other things. Right, here we go.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way.
He's optimistic.
He's not a very happy-go-lucky fellow in the first game.
This is not the ending I wanted.
I can see that, like, as a horror writer.
Yeah.
You're going to go to some dark mental places.
Yeah. I mean, ironically, in the game, that's kind of what he does. He goes to some very dark places. Oh, I see what's going to happen here. It's a nice transition. There is a dead deer in Cauldron Lake.
Oh dear.
Now, the graphics significantly better already than the first game. Not expect to start the game this way, Richie, with a naked man's ass.
Oh, I did. It's always the best way to start a game.
Let's pan around and see who. Oh, does it not let me see the front of this gentleman? Is he going to turn with the camera? Yeah, he's going to turn with the camera so we can't see his junk. Okay, that's.
How many people do you think starting this game did exactly the same thing as you? I wonder if I can see this guy's penis.
I mean, if only all games started that way.
Yeah.
This guy's got a very detailed hairy back.
Full front.
That's what a lot of people think video games are now. Just pornography. Absolute pornography. Right, well, I will say this. I don't think I'm Alan Wake right now. Because he is not a hairy, balding gentleman.
You don't know. It's a sequel. It might be many years in the future.
It might be. I feel like I'd be shouting for help. Help me.
Help me.
Where do I go? Oh, through here. Oh, this doesn't look safe. Now, what the game does really well is it plays on kind of like shadows and darkness. So in the first game, a lot of your defense doesn't come from weapons, but it actually comes from light. So like a torch, a lantern, flares, flash grenades.
I thought you were just about to start making an excuse for turning up the brightness.
Oh, there's a deer. There's the first jump scare. Oh, there's the second one. Oh, there's another.
The double scare.
Shit's out. Yeah, you listen.
So you get that slight reprieve and
it's just
the real one.
Yeah. You know, like in horror movies where they look down a corridor or something, like an alien, and they go, "Oh, look, there's nothing there," and then you turn around and it's in the face, like inches from their face. Yeah. I can hear whisperings in my ears.
Whisperings in your ears.
Just like that. You can sprint. Great. I mean, I don't think this gentleman's got much of a sprint, if I'm honest. It's more of like a meandering saunter.
He looks cold.
He does look. He looks cold and wet. Oh shit! There's a dude. Oh, it's just a shadow. He evaporated into dust. Where do we think? I thought it was leading me down a path, but... Let's get some pace up, big guy. Let's go. Something's coming. I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's...
I didn't like it.
A notice board of some sort? Can't see any detail on it. Ah. I was going to go that way, but I feel like heading towards...
Head towards the
this
right.
if we can. No, you can't get over that. Okay. Keep heading this way.
No, it's looping you right.
Oh.
Go right, go right. Oh, is that cinematic?
Nope. I mean,
Just walking towards it.
I mean, I don't know what to do.
Right, go
Oh,
right.
I got shot. I've been shot. They've got me. Oh.
Up to the right.
Oh. Hunting season.
Oh, maybe you I meant to.
Yeah, meant it. He got his hand in his chest.
Yeah, he took his heart out.
Kalimba! Okay.
It seems completely unnecessary.
So it almost looks like two tourists stumbled across like the ritual.
Yeah.
The cult of the tree. Okay.
Why would a cult that dedicates itself to tree worship need some dude's heart?
Title card. Oh, Alan! I can see how they've put a lot of thought into audio design.
Yeah.
Like already just within that opening scene. Oh, this is very The Shining, isn't it? This
Yeah.
lonely car making its way
kiddo.
up through the
How are you?
hillsides.
I'm good, Mom.
I think it's important for
This
like
trip
horror
might take
games
a
to have
little
good
longer than
audio
I thought.
design.
Oh, it's got David
It's the
Howard
same
in it.
thing about
Not so much lately, Logan.
was it
Oh my
Alien we
God,
played the
Mom,
other week?
It's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
It's not your fault people
Just
get all murdery.
Work stuff.
Oh no, it was
Mom,
Dead
Dad and I were
Space.
just watching
When
the
we played
latest
Dead
episode of
Space,
Night Springs
and how
here.
good the
Mom,
audio
it's
design
so
was.
good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show.
Right, so
You
they're
were supposed to
watching,
wait
they
and
reference
watch with
watching
me.
Night Springs. So Night Springs in the first game is it's like a
This is
play
what
on
happens when
TV
you go
show
on
of the
work trips,
Twilight
Mom.
Zone where loads of eerie stuff happens and there's a trophy for watching all 10 episodes of
Okay.
Night Springs while you're exploring the world.
I will. Bye, kiddo.
So I suspect, which we know from the trailers, we're going to play as the lady who's an FBI agent.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
And that guy next to her is Sam Lake, who I believe is one of the creative directors at Remedy. So he actually helped make the game.
Well, he's the lead writer.
Yeah.
Came up.
Which is weird that he's
It
in the
can't be
game
a
as well.
coincidence that another body
It's
tells
also
us
the face
this
of
is
Max
where I'm in
Payne.
town. Feels like
It's
the
his
killer's
face.
leaving us a message.
Well, maybe this is what Max Payne did
Glad
when he
you're on
retired,
this
became
case
joined the
with me,
FBI.
Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Isn't it crazy to think that this is actually some people's jobs, like in real life, to go and explore and investigate murders?
Yep. Unfortunately.
Like, most of us have just a
Here we
mundane
are,
9 to 5,
Cauldron
and some
Lake.
people do genuinely go to the most random, horrific
Time to get to
places,
work.
see things that no human should ever witness, and then have to piece together things with no lead whatsoever. Kind of mad, really.
It's like there's been a thing happen in this place. It's about 2 days drive. Off you
A
go.
deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene.
There you go.
There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Like, at that moment, do you start panicking, or...
I'll check out that map.
Ooh.
Nah, you can't trust deputies.
Return 1 invitation. So immediately, I'm on the hunt for collectibles, Richie. I mean, I'd say
Well,
I'd go
that
down
actually
there.
is kind of fitting for an FBI agent. She's investigating.
I should take a look at that map.
Yep, let's get our bearings. I'll take that. Nightmare territory. Pick up a map. I'm guessing
I
there's
think I
multiple
hear
maps
someone.
then.
Could be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
That seems like an unnecessarily easy trophy.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie.
So there's plenty of ways to go, but I guess we follow...
Check your map. I guess you are meant to follow him.
Cauldron Lake. There we go. Now, it's interesting, the first game, you never got a map. So I've heard a lot of stuff that's probably going to be seen in here. It's in the first game, but you only see it in small scale, where I believe they've upsized the whole map for the sequel. So you're going to visit a lot of similar locations, but they're like infinitely better visually and spatially. So
They've took like a lot of the key locations, but like just put them on the rough same shape map, but there's a lot more space in between them and stuff.
It's
a
not
lot more detail to the areas.
Absolutely, which should be quite intriguing if you played the first game.
Shoot 'em.
I don't know if I have
He
it
looks
done
just-
yet. What does that sign say? Cauldron Lake and rental
Agent
cabins.
Casey, right?
An American FBI agent, of course you have a gun.
You're half right.
Right, I just need to stop there, which is interesting. They're just called Sam Lake, Agent Casey. In Alan Wake's stories, I believe they're about somebody called Casey. That cannot be a coincidence.
So do you think you're actually playing the story now?
So am I in one of Alan Wake's stories that is the follow-up to the story of the first game? This is where it gets... I was explaining it to the wife. It gets very much... Have you seen Shutter Island?
No.
There's a very much a part of, like, you know, when you're in the insane asylum, at what point do you become insane when you tell people you're not insane? It's almost got that quality to it where no matter how much I tell you I'm not insane, I just sound more insane. And it's got that kind of like loops back on itself. The story is feeding into the story in a narrative loop. Very clever.
Anderson.
Oh, I've got options. I'm in charge.
Saga
here.
Anderson. I'll be leading
Saga.
this case.
Saga.
Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What would you say? Any witnesses to the crime?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Right. Give us a briefing.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
That's clearly someone who's just like trying to talk formal, doesn't know how to talk. He's like,
Yeah, there's almost a vibe of, you know, in movies when you see like small town cops aren't really like proper cops because there's no crime happens. They just kind of like protect like, I don't know, 20 to 50 people in a small town. Everyone knows each other. There's like the local drunk, there's the local barman, and everyone's like just friendly with each other.
come on, Dave. Yeah, night in the cell, and you'll be
Yeah,
I'll get you kick out in the morning. It's like, I'll ring your wife. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Kind of
exactly
thing.
like that. And then the FBI show up and it's like, oh, local town, local village for local people.
I want to see the body.
Let's see it.
How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's
Well,
real
the way I see
simple.
it, there's some
Just
organs
through
that
the hole
should
in the
be
fence,
inside the body that are
down
currently
the hill
outside
towards
the
lake,
body,
around the old
and that's just
convenience
not
store.
right.
You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, All of it.
And something like this would probably freak out like locals, wouldn't it?
They got it for me.
Nah, they ain't none of it.
I mean, they might be.
You've
Like-
seen Hot Fuzz. You can't
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
local village people.
Can't trust Timothy Dalton.
Yeah,
Me
you can't
Deputy
just trust.
Dalton.
You can't trust village people or
Before
the
we get
village
to the
people.
crime scene, there's time to review the
All that
facts of the
singing
case so
about the
far.
YMCA, can't trust it.
Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
There's Cauldron Lake. So this is a thing they've introduced to the second game is the Mind Place.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique.
Basically
To
Sherlock
sift through
Holmes without
clues
the
and work the
copyright
case.
infringement.
Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders.
Okay,
Worth
then.
taking another look.
So do I have control? The case board is a mental technique that allows Saga to analyze clues and progress the investigation. You can use R to move around, L2, R2 to zoom in, move the cursor. You are now free to navigate. Okay. So,
There's 2 goals according to triangle.
oh, 2 goals, yeah. Let's see what the goals are. Get to the crime. Oh, that's just the objectives.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So, a series of murders have occurred around the town of Bright Falls. Finding the connection will help search for the killer. All victims reportedly missing in 2010 with no commonalities. So that'll be the first game, I guess. 2010. Yeah, it's about 13 years since the original came out. Ted Lane, dentist, stab wounds, bloating, bruising on the wrists. Wendy Davis, teacher, body bloated, large chest wound. Peter Wolf, store owner, Percy Wolf, sorry. Heart removed, strange tattoos. So they all have like bloating, it seems like them 2 do anyway.
Yeah, but if they've been in the lake, that could just be normal.
It could just
Like-
be water intake.
Yeah.
Murder method, slight difference in murders. Bloating only commonality in bodies, which, but not the cause of death. Chest trauma, exposure to water post-mortem. There you go.
Yeah.
Bruising on wrists, deep gash on the chest, heart missing. All bodies experience bloating.
Yeah, but if they're being left out in the rain or left chucked
Yeah.
in water, it seems quite a humid area.
Post-mortem tattooing of the body. Victim 3 was covered in ineligible tattoos. A message from the killer, or maybe their art. Murder targets have no common traits. Chest trauma resembles animal butchery techniques, which is what we saw anywhere. Previous murders, confidential filing. So nothing there. What's the killer profile? I'll talk to someone to get the killer profile. Okay, so then I think as the game progresses, we're probably going to come back to this wall and just fully
it'll
kit out
expand.
clues.
It seems like a cool idea of where like helping you keep track of the narrative as well. As you get more clues, you piece together across the board.
Yeah, similar, not identical, but you know, in Final Fantasy 16, you've got the
Yeah, I was thinking that.
what's it called? Time something time.
Yeah, where
planner?
it's effectively that when you get to the airship base, where it's like the lady's got like basically your like history teacher, and you can go talk to her to find out what's going on with all the different characters and how they interact and all that sort of stuff. I need to get back to playing that. I haven't played it this week.
Oh dear. All right, so okay, she has an actual apartment then.
In the mind place, though.
In her actual mind place, yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I had somewhere this nice and spacious to go to when I was stressed. I wanted to think about something. Dear.
Well, it's in a mind. It's just imagine one.
Yeah, but it's not as detailed. Oh, can we leave it? Can we just walk out?
I see you're
Oh, just so that's how we get out.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Close to crime.
Oh, visiting
We're
does
just
not
getting
pause
started.
the game, so be mindful
Let's
of
head
nearby
down the hill to the
threats.
crime
That's a
scene.
typical horror trope, isn't it? You're never quite paused.
Yeah.
Unless you back out to the main PlayStation menu.
Too much sky.
Right, interesting. I wonder if I was to make this game, the mind place would almost be like a place of sanctuary. I would have someone at some point in the game attack the mind place. So like after you've had like 10, 15 hours of solitude in there, just reading messages, all of a sudden the lights go out and there's somebody in there with you. That would be a nice twist. Like 2/3 of the game in when you've got comfortable in your environment. You know when Resident Evil in the save rooms, all of a sudden they could get into the save room and it totally throws you off.
Yeah, it throws you in that false sense of
Casey,
security by just
you
just
putting me in
holding off,
Why
holding
now?
off, and holding off.
Look,
Oh,
Anderson,
and now this
you're a
place that you thought was
better
safe that you kept
detective
running
than
back
I am.
to.
You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled.
But considering it says beware of like
Are you thinking of
threats,
retiring?
maybe if you're near,
You
if you're
know
under
what
attack and
happens
you
to
go to mine
cops who
place,
say
maybe
this
they do
is
just
their
get
last
straight in.
case.
Yeah. Yeah, they just come through the door. Hello.
Yeah. Knock, knock.
Stairs are
Is
out.
anyone in?
You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Not going back that way. Mirror's Peak. Okay, that was one of the places. Mirror Peak. The mighty mountain in the distance is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected onto the calm surface of the lake, mirroring in all its inverted glory.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I bet you there's a trophy for that.
For what, getting the right
Getting the angle right. Yeah.
Quite possibly. There was a point when I had to get to Mirror's Peak in the first game. Like, I'm very intrigued, having played it so recently, how many locations I'll get back to and be like, oh, I know this place. Cauldron Lake Campgrounds. Ah, is this the part we were at last night?
To get murdered.
With that board, the sign?
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Oh, yeah, I know
then
what
we
you
went
mean. I was saying last night, we went playing last night.
No, in the game. I'm
Damn.
guessing it all happened last night.
Yeah.
Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
So the body's just getting wet. That fawn is out of it. I kind of want to explore a little bit, but I don't want to deviate too much from him.
Yeah. It's that thing where it's like, I want to explore, but I'm also now streaming, so I don't want to go off the beaten path a bit too much.
Yeah, like, how linear is the game? What's on her t-shirt? She got like a...
It's just
looks like a
trees,
Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
No. So the witch's hut's that way, but I guess I don't need to go to the witch's hut just yet.
That actually, I think, could be like a
I'm gonna
cool
go check
Easter egg
something
if
out.
in a game like this,
Be
where
right back.
Got it.
over Christmas, that like she just jumper, I guess, just changed to a Christmas jumper. It's subtle change if you see it like that, but only in December.
What's the
I'll be
witch's
back in a
hut?
second.
Roger.
So I'm allowed to leave, by the looks of it. The witch's hut. These are definitely collectibles, right? These readable signs. The witch's hut. Oh. I'm guessing we found something.
Did it bring you here, like?
Yeah, it brought up the little option when I was looking at the witch's hut, but I don't know if it was just a case of because I found the witch's hut, it adds it as a point of interest. I can just back out. I thought that little symbol there was to like read, "Here live the witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt this place." I feel like this is like a hocus pocus building. Just fake stories. Ooh, the witch's hut. This definitely looks like just a touristy thing to scare people, scare visitors. Right, nothing.
That rope seems very ominous.
Creaky door. Nothing in here. Yeah, that rope does seem ominous, but what if we shut the door? Anything happen? Dun dun dun. No. I think we're okay for now. Can I sort that window out? Stop banging. So what's over there? See, I don't want to just explore too far. I need to start touching the right part of the touchpad. Otherwise, I'm going to keep jumping to that.
I think it's worth going over there, see what that is.
It just looks like a little.
Because it
bit
looks
of a
like the
dead
path
end.
ends. It doesn't look like, yeah.
Yeah. Which is ladle. There's the murder site down there. Okay, so we can explore our way around pretty much freely by the seams.
Yeah, oh well, and when you zoom out, it's like you can see where you're going to get the more maps, can't you?
Friday, Midge told me that her family's moving away. This sucks. I haven't even told her that I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents wanted to get better jobs. In school, the big city. Sunday, told her, she said, thanks, kill me. Monday, snuck out last night again. That just looks like someone's diary. Does that take me to the Mayan Palace? Yes. Right, so, just need to check. So the left part of the touchpad is the map. The right part of the touchpad is the Mayan Palace. Cool.
Quite impressive how quickly it switches to Mayan Palace.
Yeah, like it boots you into it immediately. Right, what's in here? Ooh. Oh, I've got ammo. Oh, okay, so they've changed the... What's that?
Kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books. But he really hates the movies.
I know things get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. And there's some scraps of paper. Are they part of a manuscript page? Manuscript fragments. Okay. Alex Casey, they're definitely a collectible, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you can just say you can upgrade your weapons using them. So I think you are playing in a story here.
It seems that way, yeah.
Yeah. With Alan watching over, if Alan's the writer of the story, that means it makes sense why he's watching over you.
Auto fire, more bullets, land 2 headshots in quick succession to stun an enemy. Okay.
And they also explain why you can upgrade a weapon just by reading a book.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, we've uncovered something. Get out of that. Yeah, I feel like that mine pass would be more annoying if it took like a while to load in every time.
Yeah. Modern hardware.
Absolutely. SSD. Right, so... Where are we at then? So it looks like we can loop back around to the
Do you want to head down to
store.
Witch's Ladle? Explore this kind of left-hand side of the map a bit.
I mean, that grayed out area, do you think that's the start of the lake?
Yeah, I don't think... I don't know. I'm guessing that's an area that you can't access yet.
Possibly. Doing a perimeter search.
Yeah.
That just me zooming in. Okay, so there's still the same dodge mechanic, like shuffle. We've changed sprint. Okay, triangle to hold down. Charm slots. Logan's charm. Okay. That might be because I've got the deluxe edition. Standard issue FBI sidearm, handgun ammo, and a battery pack for charging a flashlight. Got manuscript fragments, charm bracelet, flashlight. Yeah, so that looks like the edge of the lake.
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
Let it swim.
Witch's Ladle, Cauldron Lake. Witch's Ladle. Ah, that's how we read it. We hover over that bit. There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake. Being a gloomy doorway to the underworld of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned when her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf, or so the legend goes. So it's a bit like Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean, mixed with a witch. The Witch's Ladle. So is this the tree, you think? The tree?
It's definitely a tree.
Do I go into the tree? Nope. I thought there was like a little walkway through the tree. Right, so if we have a look at the map then. So we've explored there. See that red bit there where we just saw the tree? Yeah. I feel like that might open up later on.
Yeah, see that's just filled in as it wasn't there before.
Also, it seemed like there was like a path down here on the map. But like the path... do you think it's like flooded? Like the waters rose maybe?
Maybe, yeah, because it looks like it should just be a straight line.
Yeah, you can see the path underneath it that connects to like a bridge down here.
Yeah.
But it's all water, so...
Come off the map, see if you can actually see a path on the ground. Yeah, so that's clearly it.
Yeah, it looks like it would just continue on. Interesting. I wonder if that's like, in God of War, when the kind of the area changes.
Yeah. As the case goes on, like, the water retreats from the flooding.
Something like that. Right, let's go back up here then. That deputy must be wondering where we are by now. Deputy. Always smart to secure the perimeter right now.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Don't give me shit, Casey. I'm doing my
I think
job.
I saw something.
I'm exploring.
It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Alright, this is the part that looks familiar, because you couldn't read anything on the map. He walked down that, he went down this way and then left, and then everyone was stood in that opening there, right? And this is where you were like, you're just going to walk towards them? And there is the body on the table.
That's why I was saying there's a path off to the right. Just run down there.
Okay, so they haven't put anything over the body, so it's just getting wet. Great for... oh, there's your penis.
Yep.
What did I say the other week on the podcast? The Order 1886, the only game to have full frontal vampire penis. Here we go. This is the second game,
now we
to
have
my
corpse
knowledge.
penis for you necrophiliacs out there.
Yeah. Get to the
Now,
crime
this is the
scene.
scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know. Procedures.
There's the heart.
and Stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit
That's
the
a
MO
straight
of
up,
the
I'm
previous
ignoring that.
murders? Deputy Thornton, I take it.
This deputy. Is he going to answer or not? Okay, let's investigate.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Right, definitely got to go to the mind parts for this one.
Examine the corpse.
Allow Saga to see active clues. The key image can be selected and placed on the case board. Okay, so we look at our picture and we put it on the wall.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Oh, so you were already going to town.
Right.
You weren't coming to town for this corpse.
Right. Another body has been found in the woods near Bright Falls. Perfect timing. Need to see if it's linked to the killings. We're here to investigate. So there's a lot more. I guess that explains why the FBI would be calling if there's multiple homicides.
Yeah.
Right, like not just one murder, you'd let the locals deal with it, right?
But crucially, it doesn't seem it's like this this murder was the instigation of you getting called in. You got called in, and on where this seemed to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Placing a key image on the case board begins a new line of investigations. Okay. When a key image is placed, it will prompt a new question. Objects are viewable in the case board by goals. Investigate the crime scene. Now you're free to examine the case board. Right, so is this consistent with previous murders? We don't know yet, but let's have a look. You can collect clues from the body to progress the investigation. Right, so he's been tied up.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
That was familiar. The chest being cut
Inside
open.
stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body.
But was that
We
because
know
they were
why.
interrupted?
Yeah.
So if we go into town and speak to those two people who the sheriff has, they should be able to tell us what they saw. Right, so...
Just take the heart in the town, go around all the people one by one, go, you recognise this? You recognise this? And the person says, yes, that's your killer.
That was removed. Let's piece all these together.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope? Newly discovered clues can be placed onto the open question. Alright, okay, so I need to piece them together like that. There we
Heart
go.
removed from chest.
So that changes
Struck
colour
by
when
the
you
wrist.
finish that kind of like mini object.
Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind.
Facial
Clues
captures
to
are
work with.
fantastic.
This makes 4 murders that we know about.
4 murders. The clues have resolved the open question and unlocked a deduction. As you advance the investigation, new questions will be unlocked, updating your goals. You can check the updated goals by pressing yes, we know that. So now we've got to learn about the victim and learn more about the killers. Okay.
So who was he? Why was he there?
So the victim, don't know yet, talk to someone. The killers, don't know yet, need to find evidence.
Who is our victim? Who killed him?
What's number 2 and
Need
3?
to find more clues.
That's true. Right. Let's speak to deputy first.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His
Evening
name is
Hungry Moogle?
Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word
I know
about
this
him
guy.
since.
He was in the first game.
Until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Right, okay. So, for context, Richie, in the first game, Alan Wake's wife goes missing, and there's an FBI agent after him for the disappearance of his wife, like blaming Alan Wake, and that's Agent Nightingale. So, spoilers, but there's his penis.
Not going to use it much anymore.
Nope. So,
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
cult. Footprints. There's something over there as well. See, now the beer bottle suggests it was a bit more like a frat thing rather than like a cult.
Someone was drinking beer.
Could be separate.
They
Could be a
spent
separate
time
thing
here.
though.
True.
Waiting.
Oh, well,
Oh, wait,
maybe they're just passing the time.
What's that?
Someone left in a hurry.
A tripod. So
over.
they were recording it.
Was it for a camera?
So that means there's video evidence of something out there.
But they left the beer behind. Why would they take the camera and not the beer?
That's a good point. Let's see if he knew.
They clearly have war
So you
priorities.
knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Or where he's
Probably
been for
something
30
this
years.
town wants to forget.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Interesting. So in the first game, he had some pages of Alan Wake's manuscript.
Okay.
So he knew he was really. He started getting paranoia because his name was in the manuscript, and he was like, "How do you, like, you're writing about me in your book, and you're telling me in your book that I get killed in some horrible way?" And he's like hunting them down, basically saying you've confessed to all these murders in your actual evening, in your book.
Yeah.
So that's where, you know, that full circle thing I was talking about. He knew about what was going to happen before it happened, and he was investigating Alan Wake because he'd wrote it down almost like a.
So his argument was Alan Wake is
Confession.
novel. He's gone out and committed murders, and then use it as inspiration for his novels, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's all like pieced together, but it's the novel is essentially a confession of what he's done.
Yeah.
Evening, Hungry Moogle, in the chat. Hope you're good. Right, so we know a bit more about the victim then now. We've got Nightingale went off the deep end. The FBI fired him. That's the victim. So we'll pop that over there with victim. We've got multiple footprints. Killers. We've got thought known victim is Robert Nightingale. That goes there.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Tripod for later. Okay, so at least it grays out the information that's maybe not fully relevant yet. So you can't like go down the rabbit hole on a dead end, essentially.
Yeah, it's like we've seen a tripod, but there's nothing we can do about it right now.
Yeah. Okay then. So we've got now previous murders and lunchboxes. That looks like your little mini sub-menu for maybe tracking your collectibles. Cases and lunchboxes.
Was he killed here or brought here after? For display?
I don't know. Where would you go next?
I don't know. I'm looking. My assumption, and again, it would be just an assumption, is that he. Well, we know he's killed there, but that he was killed there because why would you have the straps?
Be a coincidence. Another message.
And the hearts there and the blood and stuff around it will be clear that there's a lot that he was definitely killed there.
Yeah, there would be blood and everything, wouldn't there?
There'd be like the blood splatter spurting all over. Hungry Moogle, if you're debating buying a new dog, you've basically just committed to buying a new dog. We all know how it works.
Doesn't look right.
Lunchbox found near the witch's hut at Cauldron Lake.
Who left these?
Don't know. Talk to someone. Zoom out a little bit. Bright Falls area. Find evidence. That would be evidence,
Nope.
right? Nope.
Maybe it's nothing.
Find evidence. There we go. So that would come under Cauldron Lake, because that's where we found it.
Yeah, it's just roughly in a Cauldron Lake.
Investigate the crime scene. Learn more about the killer. Right, well, there's nothing there to learn about the killer. Deputy going to tell us anything more? Nope. Okay, then.
Surely to be in this sort of weather and conditions, and it's quite a muddy terrain, you might be able to see some like boot prints or something.
Well, we were told the sheriff's taken two of the people back to her cabin, but I feel like it would prompt us to head off that way. So do we just look around the crime scene, maybe?
I don't know. If you want to learn more about the killer, I think talking to people who saw the killer probably makes sense.
Oh, wait, there is.
Large amount of blood on the table.
There we go.
The victim died here. I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
Oh, wrong case board. Oh, is this different case board? Weapon upgrade. I need mod on for the weapon upgrade. I've only got 1 of 12. What's that? A drink? Have a drink in the Mind
Casey's
Palace?
favorite brand. Tastes
Cheers.
terrible.
Why would she have his favorite brand in her Mind Place?
Because the partners? Maybe this is the cabin or something they're staying in the area.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Prankster. What
You
was
didn't
that?
clean up.
I know, it's not really a prank if you're just going to make a mess.
Yeah.
That's to leave.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is.
That's literally just a photo,
It's
isn't it?
just a picture of Sam Lake.
Yeah. It's got...
Miss you, kiddo.
That's her
I'll be
daughter.
home soon.
Yeah. It's got a it's clearly got a bit of a filter
Mom may
over
be
it to make it
gone.
look in game, but it's, that's
whenever
clearly a
I
photo.
read this, I feel like she's still here.
So mum's passed away. It's an episode of Bright Falls. Nope. Anything over here? Nope, nope, nope. Oh, wait.
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one.
I get it. We need to go to the case files. That changes the board. Okay, so we've now got heavy blood splatter on the table, which goes to the victim, right?
That's where I put.
Oh no, that's finished. Must be the killers, I guess.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers.
Okay, that's
Quite the party.
that one. So we've got tripod found, which means it must have been premeditated. And then we've got a cooler and beer bottles, which means
Again,
premeditated. They went to the shops and bought some booze.
They planned for the murder to
They
happen
knew they were
here,
going to be there for a while.
passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here?
Maybe
Why
they
now?
were hunting him for sport.
But where has he been for that long? That is a good question.
Hunting him?
Profiling.
Keeping
Get
him
into the
in prison,
subject's
letting
head.
him out, hunt him again?
See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Profiling. Okay. Using her intuition, Saga can discover new clues by profiling people of interest.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Okay.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Came from the lake. So this is interesting where I'm thinking, like, if he was naked, is it kind of like he's been in, like, the lake, is it like essentially the dark place? You know, I said all that, like, dark energy?
Yeah.
Has he been in there for 13 years and that's why no one's seen him? So all the participants that got murdered and stuff and went missing 13 years ago, have they all been contained in this kind of, like, eerie, like alternate world? You know, have you seen Stranger Things or not? Like the Upside Down?
No.
Like there's an entire
I know
world.
enough
Yeah.
to follow what you're going with, yeah.
Seems like that.
There's like almost like a pocket dimension in the lake where they've been
Exactly
retained.
That. Right, now what?
And he's just managed to escape after 13 years.
Mm-hmm. That's
Or
why
he's been let out.
It said as well there, it said only when he lets you in, which I'm guessing is Alan Wake. Like, unless he writes you into his story, you don't exist in that world. Like, you and me wouldn't exist in a book until someone wrote our names on the page.
Yeah. So Nightingale wasn't important to the story, so he just wasn't in the story, but now he is important. He's suddenly appeared.
But what do I do now? If the game's not giving me any... Like, now we've profiled him, do we go back to the case board? Profile the victim? Which we just have. Investigate the crime scene.
Maybe you haven't finished profiling the
Profile
victim?
someone. There you go, we've profiled them, so now we can add him. There you go.
Up from the lake that's not a lake.
So we need to go investigate the lake.
Dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Okay, I'm glad you can jump around between these things and not just stick to it. Check the lake shore.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
Yeah, you guard the body. We're going to investigate.
This one of your hunches, Anderson?
Don't you think that should be where she goes?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction, from the lake. Probably looking for shelter, safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
I'm hoping she points out the bloating could be
It's not
like
that
water being
complicated.
absorbed by a body.
Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds,
Oh, there's a
strapped him to
tree
the
I couldn't
table,
go past.
cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big.
That's a big tree.
Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more.
What was theirs? The
It is
cult of
kind
the
of
tree.
creepy, though.
Yeah.
It is kind of creepy. Footprints came out of the tree.
Barefoot as well.
How is that a thing?
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Is it a manuscript page?
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
Unless there's a hidden dungeon underneath the boulder.
Now, is this going to be like a story page that says...
A page full of text on one side.
Like, if this page says something like...
Written with a typewriter.
Nightingale stumbled out of the dark
Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
near a tree.
Like a manuscript.
He made his way naked
Page
up to the
of
shoreline.
story. Killer left a message.
Where he went skinny dipping for several hours. Enough to get
It's
bloated.
for us. The text is about us.
This is where it starts again.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
So that's where it starts to get creepy in the first game when stuff happens. Like, you'll find a page that'll say like, "Oh, the guy surprised Alan with a chainsaw," and you're like, a chainsaw? What? And then nothing happens, and then 10-15 minutes later through exploration, this guy kicks down a door with a chainsaw, and you're like, "Oh shit, I knew that was going to happen," and it still got me. So it's weird because it tells you some things, it gives you like hints about what's going to happen, and then it doesn't.
It kind of tells you, it tells you what's going to happen, but doesn't tell you when. So you're kind of on edge about it.
Footprints emerging from under a rock, right? That's definitely something. I don't know how that happened. You walk through a boulder? Nope. Trailer's gone cold because it heads straight to a rock. So yeah, let's get that down there. You zoom out a bit more.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Okay. Which leads us to anything else. Yes, we found these random manuscript pages that basically had our names in. The message.
The victim was one of their own. FBI
didn't
Special
name it,
Agent
though.
Robert Nightingale. Gone missing
Nightingale.
13 years ago. That way it suddenly turned up.
Okay, don't need to read that again.
I think assuming that is about you and Casey is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, true.
Because it could just be they don't know who's going to come, so they're just keeping it vague.
Yeah, true.
They know an FBI will come to this.
Profiling. So if we go back to him, missing person, the page described him.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. Dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Something's in the body, isn't it?
Yeah. So they went after the heart, they were just removing it to make space.
So let's head back up. If you're stuck or unsure how to proceed, don't forget to check the mind place.
I think it was the 2 police officers from around this area. I think they're the criminals. They're bored, so they're just playing a game with the FBI.
Body this way? No, it said it
I'll
was
look around.
behind the
See you
convenience
in a
store,
bit.
wasn't it? So this is this is the old convenience store.
Have we been here before?
No, we haven't.
That didn't really do much, to be honest.
It did not. Some suspicious activity spotted. The feelers thought it's all moving to the bushes. Footprints around the area. Nothing to report. Some animals regular. Hunters out after dark. Poachers. Heard some gunshots. Not one of ours. Going to keep an eye on these people. It could get more than they bargained for out here. Okay, so someone's been keeping an eye on things going on. It looks like an old abandoned shop.
Yeah. A long time ago, probably.
People playing poker or something. Beers around a table. Cards out.
College kid, high school kids breaking in, having it
Maybe.
to an abandoned thing, having some beers, playing a bit of poker, you know.
The same beers that were found near the victim's body. The same
Guitar
brand.
on the wall.
They left a lot of garbage. Not the fastidious type.
Anything behind here? Nope.
Can you play the guitar?
Deer Fest. Can I play the guitar?
Yeah.
Where's the guitar at, like?
Left. All left.
Oh, there. Oh, someone's sleeping. So they've been squatting here. So not just playing poker. Locked. Damn it.
Binoculars on the windowsill.
Oh yeah, so it's almost like a little home base then. They've been taking notes of people come by. All the blinds are kind of like nudged open. There's more than one person. They've been sleeping here. There's another sleeping bag. 1, 2. More binoculars facing outwards with a chair.
Yeah.
So they've been keeping watch.
This
around
could be actually
here.
the killer's hideout, to be honest.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Doesn't your flashlight have limited battery?
No, so in the original game, it's always got battery, but you can kind of like boost it.
Right, is
take
that why
off
you
the
get the
shadow.
battery pack?
Yeah. So like you can so basically you use it to kind of look around. Like everything's quite dark, but you use your flashlight to kind of see better. But when the bad guys attack you, you can kind of like you like focus the flashlight on them by aiming.
Ah, okay, I'm with you.
So they've almost got like a shield made of like dark shadows, and then you break the shadow shield by hitting them with a flashlight.
Anderson.
And that's when you can kill them after you broke the shield.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy.
He's
level
definitely a
down
killer,
there,
that guy.
huh? Just like I said.
You think he's 2?
Yeah, I think it's just there's no one else here, and you seem to find the body suspiciously quick.
Okay.
Stick your hand right in there.
There's no option to. Just more flaccid penis.
Just wait till rigor mortis kicks in.
Anything else? Nightingale has something hidden inside. I need to add that to the board before it gives me the prompt.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can
I
find
feel like we
inside.
should take the body to like a morgue or something for a mortician to look over.
Casey,
Yeah.
I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's
Wait,
tell
if
the
there isn't
deputies to
one
get the body to
around?
the town morgue.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Right. Am I going to look one more time, or is the deputy going to actually do something? Let's get the body
Deputy.
back to town.
I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thank you. Shortcut key.
Thanks.
Convenient.
Take the car back to
Let's
Bright
get the
Falls.
car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
So I wonder how we get in that locked room back there. I feel like the game's definitely going to like loop over on itself a few times. Like you're going to come back to familiar locations.
Yeah.
Like
You're going to unlock things as you go. Like
even the menu, I will say, has gone very Resident Evil style with the boxes.
Yeah.
Like the original one was just your D-pad, like left for handgun, right for shotgun, up for torch. Now it's more inventory managed. Let's say.
Do you think it's a case
like
of
a
they've
nice
been
town
thinking
so far.
about, because it's been a
Right
while
beside.
between games,
Pretty
what two should
Cute
be,
lodge we got set up in.
and it was like, well,
We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
keeping this to what it was in one isn't quite where we think
Deputies aren't
the
exactly up
narrative's
to the
best
task,
suited.
but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Yeah, well, I think they said that there's been multiple iterations of this game, like in the works at Remedy, and it's took them 13 years to get like
Figure
the
it
suite.
out.
Yeah, and obviously they've gone away and they've done Quantum Break, they've done Control.
Yeah.
And then they've
We
kinda
know what the
came
narrative
back
is, we
round.
just haven't quite been able to marry up the narrative and the gameplay.
Like, I can't walk past this without having a look, surely.
No, you can't.
Stand out
I'm gonna
some
go check
kind of
something out.
substation going
Be
on.
right back.
Got it.
Right. But can I get in there? Do not touch the station. It's property of the FBC. Oh, but what's this over here?
A lunchbox again.
Oh, okay.
Who's leaving these out here?
We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day.
I will have a heroic day. Thank you, random lunchbox.
It also looks like
my fault.
someone's been making some cairn stones, but painting them.
Yeah. Jazzy cans.
Jazzy cairns. Okay. I'm sure that substation's going to come into play later on. Come on, Casey, let's go.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a
A
camera?
dead end.
To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
It's because it's Alan. Alan's doing the murders and he's filming it so he can watch it back. So when he's writing his novel, he has reference material.
Let's check the map. So where are we at? So we're right over here now.
You got them little
There's the
nooks and
cat.
crannies.
There's the cat.
Them
Oh,
kind
off
of
to the
three
right.
branching paths. Yeah. There's one off to the left and like two off to
Yeah,
the right. You
absolutely.
kind of got.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
When it's small little things like that, as it's clearly intended, it's like, yeah, you got to have a look.
Finally made a way to climb the fence was easy to climb over. Proper gear. Spotting the rare exclusive orange crowned warbler bird. To know something intriguing about its behaviour. Common wildlife. They seem to be alarmed and swarm around the lake. No birds of prey nearby. Some strange sounds carried in the wind. However, nothing I can recognise. Get a little concerned. Okay, that's interesting. So in the first one, you are attacked by crows who like swarm around you, and you need to hit them with a flashlight to like burst them. Moved inland, foliage is stunning, must come back in the fall, just the way. Speaking of, saw some drunk guy staggering around the forest earlier, acting weird, maybe drugs. Kept my distance. Should probably find another. So is that our victim, do you think? Drunk guy?
I don't know if you saw a drunk guy, if you saw Nightingale, I think it wouldn't be the fact that he's drunk that would be the most obvious thing. It'd be the fact that he's
Naked.
bollock naked.
Yeah, quite perhaps. After I saw that weirdo guy, I decided to change spots again, moved up the mountain, found a fantastic overlook to the camp, but more interested in the Alaska onion grass, invasive but edible and surprisingly tasty. Started hearing wolves or wild dogs about 10 minutes ago. They sound wrong. Rabies? Question mark. Want to leave, the sun is going down and my stupid phone is dead. Gonna hide in the tent and hope they go away. Something is really not right about this place. Are we expecting to find a body ravaged by
The drunk guy
wolves?
could be the killer. They could be the killers, because we know they like a beer.
That's true, yeah. Alright, let's head up this little bit. See what's up here. Is this the next little cranny? Oh no, I've missed it. I've missed another cranny.
This is a cranny, though.
Yeah, but there's
Might as well
nothing
check this one way here.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Will it? Am I in the cranny? Looks like it's here, but I can't. Oh well. Maybe it's not as detailed as map as we thought.
Yeah. It looks very specific, though. Like, I just jumped down.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's the.
Yeah, that looks very clear like something you should be able to access.
It does, doesn't it? I wonder if it's like.
Yeah, I think you should go back and have another good look around.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Yeah, so that's the one we've been up there.
Yeah, check your map now. Yeah, so that.
Oh wait! I'm looking at the path. So the path's actually a little bit fainter.
Yeah. So
I mean,
you
for all
kinda
we
wanna
know, that
follow the path, and it looks like you should be able to get up there.
So yeah, follow this little path here. Up. And then in theory it branches out this way. But then it just kind of like gets stuck here.
Zoom right in on your map, as far as you can go.
Unless the story may like loop us back in this way later on. Like
Yeah.
we're running from something, but it only wants us to drop down.
But it's not putting like the red line or something where it's like clear blocking you off, which is done other places.
Yeah, it is odd. Well, I can't jump.
There was a sign further down.
Just says climbing trail, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh well. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
we'll come back to it.
Right,
Welcome
there's our
back,
car.
Anderson.
Okay, Casey. Let's go, shall we? Let's go.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far
Home
from
of the
home,
annual
but
Deer Fest.
I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Hungry Moogle says, how are you enjoying 2 compared to 1? Really enjoying it so far. It's definitely got a different style
Need to swing
approach
by the lodge to get
with the
anything from
investigation
field
stuff.
office?
No, I'm all set.
But and
I'll
very
pop there
little, like no
anyway.
combat so far,
I
so
wanna
it's a
walk
very
to the diner,
slow
get a
introduction.
feel for the town.
But I like the intrigue they're building. So DFS Richie is, as you can imagine, like their annual celebration thing where they have music and festival stuff.
This looks like a very dull town.
Small rural town.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what them two
Maybe
idiots are
it's the
doing
weather.
though.
The diner's just up
Are
the
they dressed
waterfront.
as coffee
Shouldn't keep the
thermoses?
sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell
Yeah, I think you
coffee.
should go arrest them.
Because
Bring in nuisance.
in the first one, you do have to collect 100 coffee thermoses.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Don't know, don't care. How much have you had?
Come get percolated,
That's how much.
Coffee World.
Get one for Casey. He wanted it.
I did, yeah. Can you interact with them?
Bittersweet nectar. Give it a coffee
Terrible salespeople
world.
if you can't even
Get it
interact
right
with
I know, right?
Get it now.
You have one job, literally sell the stuff. Oh, map.
Okay.
It's Bright Falls map.
So I know where I'm at now, which I'm just getting my bearings for. Like, I recognise this place. I've fought many things in this area. So there's our map. Should be expanded. Sweet. Manor Wellness Centre. So I've been to the Valhalla Nursing Home before. All this down here. Cool. We shall explore that.
Was that in game or was that your daughter?
That was my daughter.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Flooded, so that doesn't look like the lake's deeper than it would traditionally be. A lot more people around. Ferry times. Weather report on the radio.
I think we are right. You know, when we said it looked like the lake is flooded and it'll like recede as time goes on. The fact that it's like we're getting lots of signs saying, "Oh yeah, things are kind of flooded now."
Small town, see? Everyone knows.
Yeah. Influences everywhere.
Okay. Billy's boatyard.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
Nobody can.
I can.
Okay. Definitely something going on in there later on. Just having a look around, see if we've got any suspicious things, getting a feel for the area.
It's when you know there's collectibles, so you go intentionally going to go, oh,
Yeah,
let's look through every nook and cranny.
Just having a look. Just having a look around here. Alright. Can I talk to anyone? I'm surprised they don't, like, say something.
Hi.
Oh, there you go. Hi.
They're listening.
They are. Right, that's not... This isn't the diner, I don't think. Welcome to Elderwood Palace Lodge.
Right, worth checking out.
So sleepy.
Oh, sorry.
This looks like probably where your mind palace is.
Ah, maybe. I can't interact with them.
Which that would lead me to be right when I said it's like, oh, it's maybe this, like the mind palace, this is where your character, Saga and Casey, is staying.
I'm surprised I could just walk into one of the rooms.
Although the rooms seem a bit smaller than your mind palace.
Yeah, they do, don't they? I mean, there's definitely stuff going on in here, like books and stuff. Aircon unit. Like, this would look where maybe FBI agents are holding up.
Well, it's probably the only place in town.
Yeah, you can't. No Airbnbs. Unless we can go in every room.
It's giving me a few Control vibes, actually, you know, when you go through the hotel.
Cauldron Lake. Look into news and rumours, focus on 2010, cross-reference with old cult files, NYC cult similarities, common methodology, part of a series, found the name of the coffee from the diner. So this might be Casey's room then?
Yeah.
He's bought, look at all the coffee cups.
That's a lot of coffee.
Did say he likes his coffee.
Considering there's a coffee machine.
Pistols
Oh, there's
book.
a pistol. Yeah.
That's the upgrade book. Bed's not made, so you can see the difference between his room and Casey's room.
In Saga's room.
Yeah, sorry, Saga's room, yeah.
Yeah.
So now, in theory, we shouldn't be able to go in the other rooms?
So,
yeah.
Out of curiosity, you're playing this on the highest graphical setting?
No,
budge.
it's not performance mode. This is graphical mode, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Graphical mode. Because it did the classic mirror thing where the mirror isn't actually reflecting.
It's just like...
And that's one of them things where I usually, when you're playing in like performance mode, I completely have no problems with it. But if you're playing the highest graphical setting mode nowadays, it feels like a bit of a reflection in the mirror because I've seen it done so well in so many games before.
What's the game? Death Rally. kind of creepy that he's just sat in here doing nothing on his own, if I'm honest. But I guess it's the reception lounge area. I don't know. Right, so they definitely must be our 2 rooms, because we could go in the both of them.
I can't force it open.
Can't get into there yet.
Good to see you.
Oh, this restaurant looks miserable.
I wonder, does this game have ray tracing? Or maybe that's something they'll patch in later? Because Control was such a good kind of showcase for ray tracing.
With the light.
You know, like with the marble floors and stuff, and a lot of glass paneling stuff.
Absolutely. Private.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
That is odd. She does have her deer in her mind palace. Oh, is this the room? This is it.
Yes, I was right.
Yeah, this is the mind palace room. So yeah, so they must have. Oh, that's why it says private on the front. So they must have been given, like the hotel must have gave them like an area to do the investigation from. There's the map. There's all of our stuff. Obviously, it's not as neat as the mind palace in her head, but it is the same thing. Okay then.
Right, yeah. So one of the things they've done between the console version and the PC version is they've kind of kept as much as they possibly can in terms of the graphical fidelity the same between the like max settings on PC and PlayStation, but they have got rid of they haven't given you the option for ray tracing.
Right.
So they prioritised general quality over that one technique, which is probably for the best, really. Ray tracing does look amazing, but it uses a lot of like hardware power. It uses a lot of performance.
You don't think the amount of hot caffeinated beverages you down
I need something to cut this. I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Just gonna say it. Top of them steps over there, Richie.
Yeah.
There's a chest with ammo and stuff in.
I am pretty darn sure my
Oh, there was.
There was.
There was 13 years ago.
will be the
Right, here's the diner. Oh dear diner.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
That's not Sheriff Breaker.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Brinker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we use the help.
Do you think Sam Lake is a massive coffee nut?
Yeah, there must be some like
and
inside
they've just
jokes,
like took,
yeah.
they've just took that thing from the actor.
Quite possibly.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them.
It's
sound
not like an
suspects.
uncommon thing to do, is it? Where like a
about that?
person, an actor will
no,
bring
the Bookers
elements
don't
of his
strike
own
me as the
self
murderer type,
to the
but
character.
you
Like
can decide for yourself.
like Ron Swanson is a
They're
perfect
just inside having
example,
coffee
actually.
pie to calm their nerves.
Where
I'll
Nick
see what they have
Offerman
to say.
like just brought like a
Casey,
lot of the
compare notes
woodwork
for the
and stuff.
sheriff.
That was just Nick Offerman's
Take your
hobby.
time.
So like, let's just incorporate it. Work it fits for the character, so let's work it in.
We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had
Interesting.
many
Now,
people
Sheriff
besides
Breaker
the
was a
known
lady in the
victims
first
go
game,
missing?
so
Sure.
I don't know who he is.
But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me
The,
guess.
13
the
years.
diner's a
Missing
lot
person
wider than the
cases.
first.
Could be his,
First version
could
of
be
the
his
diner.
son. I don't know how old she is.
Fences don't just
Good evening, Lawrence.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Evening.
Sorry, just read this comment. Sorry I'm late. I fell asleep. Woke up by my Steam Deck hitting my face.
Ouch.
That's got a hair. I've done it with a phone
must have a black
or
eye.
Kindle. I've done it with a phone. I've done it with a Kindle and books. But a Steam Deck, that's pretty heavy. That's a bit chunky.
Okay, so the jukebox doesn't work. A coconut song, which is there's an old. So there's two old guys called Thor and I want to say Odin maybe. They call themselves the Old Gods of Asgard, and they're part of an 80s rock band, but they were just old retired people in the care home, and they kept every time they came to the diner they kept requesting the song Coconut. It says
Probably theirs from yet back in the youth.
Yeah.
The one claim to fame is got that one hit.
One-hit wonder.
But not even a hit. It was probably not even a hit. It just had a bit of local,
yeah.
radio play. Enough that it got into the jukebox.
Yeah.
Like,
quite possibly. Yeah, in the original game, you end up at their farm where they have it all themed with like Viking stuff. So they have like a big Viking boat. I think it's called like Valhalla Lodge or something. And they have like a rock stage set up to perform at Deerfest. So like they're like, even though they're all, like you said, they're local, so they're like almost like semi-famous. You the Bookers. Booker T.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
She seems quite defensive, considering there's like
saying like, "Oh,
no
are we
one's
free to
accused
go?"
you.
It's like, dude, I'm the authority here. Like, let me ask questions.
Yeah, it's like you witnessed a murder, reported it. I'm here. I want to just ask you a few questions.
We're here from New York.
She's a
doing some
writer.
research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake getting some details. Perfectly legal.
Yeah, she's given a lot of attitude for someone who's. I'm like, all right,
It's
take
that
the
sort
edge
of
off.
attitude where
Yeah,
you
you'd
sound
suspect more.
Yeah, it's like you're probably just maybe not fond of cops, but you're giving me a bit of a reason to question you here.
Yeah, like going, oh, it's all perfect legal. It's like, I wasn't saying it wasn't. I'm just asking questions because someone has been killed.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these
The little
psychos
subtle
in
body
deer
movements are quite a
masks.
nice touch.
They
Like,
were
makes it feel really
peering into
natural.
The naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
You don't like her.
Yeah, he seems cool though.
Arrest her now.
The tree. The cult of the tree. Cult of the tree.
Why do you think it was called? They were chanting the cult of the tree.
Yeah.
Bit of a giveaway.
Ooh, what was that? She just said like a little.
That's all.
vision. That might be the symbol at the something in the Mind Palace to go back to.
Yeah.
Like a little flash profiling. Let's go have a look. Let's go check out some profiling.
Profile the witnesses.
Profile of these two, yeah. Let's see, suspicious. The Bookers. Let's see, Cult of the Tree.
The Cult of the Tree.
Oh, that's a cool effect where they've got
the
the little
Bookers
overlap
telling
the eye.
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. Wow. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
That explains why she's so defensive.
Because she's took something from the crime scene.
Yeah.
Right.
The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
It's almost...
You're telling the truth, but there's a bit of guilt, like they broke into somewhere they weren't meant to go. They took something that clearly you shouldn't have taken, so a bit defensive over it.
There's almost an element of Life is Strange.
Yeah, I've picked up that a few times actually.
Like with the dialogue options and the investigation.
I actually thought oddly going through the town.
Yeah, like it's very similar vibe. And wooden lodges, rural America.
Like, that kind of like a little rundown, bit shabby. It's definitely not its heyday. Like a classic fishing village. It's got a diner.
Yeah, interesting. Like looking at like her body language as well. She's very like closed off, leaning away from us.
So
not
you
making
found
eye
something
contact.
there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Now I'm wondering, you know, Saga can figure stuff out.
Yeah.
And like even Casey's explained, like she's solved loads of murders that other people were absolutely flummoxed by.
The protagonist of the novel.
Yeah, she would figure shit out because she's supposed to. She's the lead.
Yeah.
Because like again, this whole profiling thing. How does she just say a few questions to someone and then she can sit there and go, "You stole the necklace," and like even their reaction there was like, "How did you know that?" That's very like stretching.
I've picked up on that at a few points actually already. Where it's like, it's a bit of a stretch, quite a lot of conjecture there. Like
that's why I don't.
How have you thought to ask that?
Which is what makes me think it's got to be intentional. Like the people who made the game aren't going to be so obviously on the nose. Like, oh, you just fill in the blanks.
It's almost intentionally bad writing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that moment.
As if she is a character in a novel where the novelist isn't actually that good at crafting. He's not giving enough information, enough exposition.
Just it happened
for the character to actually get it. Yeah. It's just Deus Ex Machina. It's all
just plot.
Thanks. This could prove to be
there's a lot of people have said the game reminds them of Twin Peaks on TV.
I've never watched that.
Oh, poor Rose. She still works in the diner.
Saga Anderson. As I live
she knew Alan Wake as well back in the first one. She was a big fan of his.
I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl.
What happened to that baby girl?
We don't know.
Are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned.
Oh dear.
Your daughter. That's so weird. You don't
So was Saga Anderson in the first game?
No, not at all.
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories.
This is when it starts
Happens on TV all the time.
No.
So remember at the beginning of the game, she was leaving her daughter a voicemail message.
Yeah, we've seen a photo of her daughter as well in the Mind Palace.
See what I mean by it? It sprinkles loads of like interesting threads where you're like, right now, is she in the story? Because there's that thing of like all stories just begin. You don't know what happens before the first page of a story.
Yeah, it has to begin somewhere.
Like somewhere in time, and then like her just question that, going like, how do you know I have a daughter? And Rose, who in the first game she knew Alan Wake, she's a big fan of it. She knew all his stories. She had all his books. Now I'm like, oh shit, she knows her. Does she know her as a character or?
But if Rose is a character as well.
Exactly. Well, in the first one,
if you're playing someone who's got amnesia, she's been here before when her daughter drowned, completely blocked it out.
Yeah, compartmentalizes it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where I mentioned, I know you said you haven't seen Shutter Island, but there's an element of that in the movie or the book, which is the book's much better, of Shutter Island, where he ends up going to an insane asylum to investigate something that's happened in the asylum, and through investigating, it starts to spiral out of control, where I realise like he's part of the investigation, even though he said he's never been to the island. But then they ask him like, do you ever remember what you did before you got on the boat to come to the island? And he's like, no. And it's all part of his delusion and of grandeur.
He's actually one of the inmates. He's one of the patients.
Right. Let's finish talking to these then.
A cult murdering a man is pretty extreme. Why didn't you tell the police what you saw?
We did. We told those two idiot deputies. They didn't listen. And they wanted to throw Ed and I in jail for that murder. You know, Bright Falls is just Alabama with bigger trees.
Okay, that also now explains why she's a bit more defensive.
You in jail. If you need anything else, just come to me.
If their reaction were to someone reporting the murder is, we'll throw you in jail for us.
Yeah. You were at the
Seems a
crime
bit
scene.
extreme.
We're not smart enough to do any investigatory work.
We just want this to go away.
Yeah, we just need to brush it under the carpet.
Oh, it's two tourists.
We're all good at
Employees only. There's them beer bottles.
From
This
the
type of beer.
Rest easy, buddy.
That's an odd place to put a deer.
Yeah, it's clearly not there for storage, because if it's for storage, you wouldn't mount it.
Someone's been using their word art.
I like it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah.
Oh, look, coffee cup dude. Look at that guy.
Oh, that's a good mug.
That is a good mug.
Although as long as the legs are kind of like, I don't know, knitted or
Fabric.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you just couldn't put it down on your desk.
They just dangy legs. I like that. Nothing in there.
I kind of want that mug.
Calendar. February. Interesting. Oh, wait there. Oh, is that just the door? Close the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now this corridor does play a part in the first game.
I need a tool to get this open.
What? To get to the women? Okay. Come back there then. So yeah, the first thing when you arrive in the town in the first game, Alan's looking for someone to give him the keys to the lodge he's staying in, and the guy's in his toilet, in his bathroom. So weird how it's the same game, but it's telling a different. I mean, it might change in 13 years.
Well, the sign had the gentleman and the ladies like right and left.
So one of them's locked up.
So.
No,
it's unisex.
shared, yeah.
It's a unisex. Yeah, I was thinking like that door was going to be like the gents.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting in the first one when you get to this diner. There's loads of characters in the diner who you just don't think anything of because they're just like people who you bump into in a diner. And then as the story unravels and it loops back, you're like, oh, they were there at that moment in time. Like Rose was there, the people were there.
We mentioned Life is Strange earlier. That's one of the things I've loved about the first Life is Strange. Everyone you met feels like it's an actual person. No one just feels like a background character.
Yeah, they all mean something eventually.
Yeah.
Right. How exactly do we know each other?
So Rose,
Even the ones,
help me out.
Even the ones who don't
How
mean
do you think
anything
we know each
and
other?
just kind of there,
We all
don't
know each other
feel
around
just like
here.
one-note characters.
It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces.
So I wonder if she was here as a child or something. 13
Seen
years
anything
ago.
out of the ordinary in
She had a
town
kid, though.
lately? Suspicious people
kid
in deer
drowned.
masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of
And we've seen a
happy
photo of the
people
kid.
wearing deer masks
The kid,
for
I
Deer
would have
Fest.
put maybe at least
Practically
6 or
everyone
7.
will be wearing one.
Good to know.
Now I'm wondering.
So
then,
at the earliest, she must have been here in the mid-20s.
I'm wondering if her daughter drowned in the lake. Alan Wake is in the darkness of the lake. He's trying to write her into his story to reunite the daughter and mother.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Perhaps.
With that, yeah.
Because he's the only one who can what did the dead guy say? He's the only one who lets you in.
Well, it seems like Alan's went missing as well.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean we have.
So if Alan's in the dark
Okay,
place
see,
in the lake,
I
I
gotta
mean, yeah, we're
leave.
2 hours
and he's
into the
he's
game.
trying to write a narrative and get his
cult
narrative
of the
out in the
tree.
world to maybe get everyone, the
bring
victims of
people
the lake
back.
out there. Yeah.
Have you heard of this
And let's
cult
face it,
of
we
the
played
tree,
2 hours of
Sheriff?
Alan Wake 2 and we've not seen or heard from Alan Wake at all yet.
We have once. There was one
like a
very
flashback.
brief.
We're not gonna find
yeah.
out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
You torch your way, love.
D&D back in the day.
What's she doing?
Wizard was always my favorite.
Cleaning the door.
Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Best not take it personally to a woman who knew my name and told me my daughter drowned.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yeah, well,
Yep,
in the
morgue,
first
all
game,
prepped.
Rose gets
I'd like to take a
possessed
closer
by
look
the
as
kind
soon
of
as
like the dark
possible.
stuff.
Lead the
Yeah.
way, Sheriff.
and she kind of.
So do you think she might be sensitive to it then?
Yeah, I think she might be because she's been there. Oh, this is the sheriff's station.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Yeah, this is so trippy. Like, I don't know how many times a video game has gone back and totally like remade
the exact same areas.
Again, like, and then give a totally different story in the game. Like, the thing is, even with like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, yes, it's the same city, but you don't really spend that much time on.
You're moving so fast. Yeah.
Yeah, like you see the big landmarks, but you're not intimately like going in and out of rooms and buildings and stuff.
The one thing I actually noticed playing Spider-Man 2 was how actually different New York is to New York in that game. It looks and feels a lot like New York actually is, but there's certain things are just not in the right place.
Yeah, it has to be condensed, doesn't it, and moved to fit.
It's like. Thank you, Hungry Moogle. 12 months as a guild hero.
Hey, congratulations.
Well, yeah, it's like because I've been to the top of the World Trade Center. I was one of the places I wanted to go as Spider-Man. The building's a different shape and size and in a different location. It's a lot more coastal in the game. Yeah. Because I actually, one of the things I wanted to do in Spider-Man 2 was try and find my hotel. So I thought, well, if I can find, I knew where my hotel was relative to the trade center. So I thought, what if I go to the trade center? I'll be able to walk the streets, but the trade center was just in a different place.
That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by
I was distracted by the terrible bear advert.
Yeah, I know.
The tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Yanko. Many local attractions have...
I like how he's doing the straight down the lens thing.
And that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours,
I'm clearly reading a cue card. Not him, the other guy.
We have bolt cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park.
This is amazing.
Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Oh dear.
Right, I need to make a note of something.
The tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9%
I'm definitely going to end
discount
up
on
fighting
this
these two people.
limited edition Oh Dear Diner Coffee Thermos.
Coffee thermos again. Adventure 2 is there you go. TV's a collectible. Television. Adventure 2 is. It's just that bear he punched at the beginning.
I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods.
Sorry, I needed to make a note for when I edit the podcast this week. I just want to make a note now so I know where to find it in the clip.
Oh no, a bear.
So good.
I hope all the adverts are like local TV bad.
Oh god, I think like usually when I'm like editing for the show, I'll actually download the stream.
Oh yeah,
and I'll actually put a clip from the stream rather than just a trailer, unless I'm being a bit lazy. I think, but I usually just mute it and stuff like as we're talking over it. I think I might actually do a cut.
Straight to the bear being punched.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is I'll do like as we're talking over it. I'll make what our impressions are.
Yes.
And then I'll just try and time it so we end up talking about it. Then cuts to the bear adverts. Yeah.
Also, the morgue was below. Oh, I've never been below the sheriff's office.
Something about
makes sense.
They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
Fucking hell. It's like, damn it, Casey.
Right, there's lots of rooms here we're going to have the ability to come back to at some point.
Yeah. You need to get some bolt cutters.
From that tour guide.
Fuck the government. What the fuck? The government just seems so unnecessary.
Can't get in that way either. Morgues, eerie and cold.
Oh, there's eerie music.
Yep. I'm getting odd little bits and pieces. Crazy that we've not had like any combat yet at all.
Yeah.
It's all been just exploration.
It doesn't budge.
I kind of like that. I think you could build an entire game on this premise. It's literally just made. Well, there's L.A. Noire.
Well, the lift's broke.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's take a look at our patient.
More flaccid penis time.
I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death?
Ugh.
What other clues can the body give me?
Right. He does look very bloated, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Defensive wounds.
Drank too much.
He put up a fight.
Right. So he wasn't just killed mercilessly.
This looks like text.
There's the tattoo markings.
A tattoo?
That we knew about.
Miguel didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
They were post-mortem tattoos, weren't there, on the other bodies?
Yeah, but they can't be post-mortem on him because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because they had to drop everything.
There's
and run.
writing on here.
Yeah.
Oh, writing on the heart.
Can't make it out.
Oh,
Again,
right, okay.
Doesn't really make sense.
But if it's Alan's message on his heart, it was there possibly before it was cut out.
The
It was
body
there
shows signs of being
from when he
submerged
left
in
the
water
lake already.
post-mortem.
That can't happen.
It doesn't
though.
add up.
How can a body have signs of that when it hasn't been in the water? Unless his soul is still in the lake. Like that kind of connection.
His soul's still in the lake, so his body's
it's
reacting to his
yeah.
soul.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest.
Oh dear. This is going to be grim. Right, let's go to the case board. Get a little bit closer to the case board.
Just get your hand in there.
Yeah, get some gloves on. Right, so...
Nah, just gloves is a waste of time. Just get your hand in there.
Examination of our Nightingale. Where do we put this picture? Where do we put this picture?
Someone right. There's someone right from the standing. That's quite hard. It must have been really hard to do with that knife.
We're in the wrong case. Previous murders. There it is, killer profile. Okay, we need to add lemon. Potentially. Yeah, can't rule them
We're
out yet.
dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated.
That's a good point.
On
Maybe
its
it's just all
further
that.
Or just a mental visualization. Yeah.
But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Kind of weird. Didn't the bookers have, like, they were out there taking photos, weren't they? So it's like, is that like the panic shot they took before they ran?
Could be, yeah.
I need to figure out how to navigate this board properly. Right, so now we can go to the cult of the tree case. Now I've actually got stuff to do with them. So
I
they're
need
a
to know
separate
more
thing.
about the cult of the tree if I'm going to shut them down.
Okay.
Your free lines coming off it already.
So we've got a cult necklace with a symbol, a cult goal.
Cult goals.
Or what kind of cult? Or who's involved? What kind of cult, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah.
Symbol? Cult symbols.
Yeah.
Cultists were wearing deer masks. That's to do with Deer Fest.
I would say cult symbols, though.
Yeah.
No?
Maybe not.
Who's involved? Oh.
Cult psychology.
Cult psychology.
Hiding their faces, they aren't established enough to operate openly. Connection to Deer Fest. Large amount of supplies laid out on the table. That's what we found separate.
Goals, maybe? Like a link to the, like a branch of the goals.
Oh, okay. I think if you just put it at the main branch, it kind of puts it in place for you.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be a branch of the goals because we'd be like, okay, what are the goals? Tools to accomplish the goal.
So we've got another lunchbox. Put that up there.
Hello, Mark. Husky Papa. Hello from Atlanta, GA. Is that Georgia? Listening to GamerGuild Helix Stadia podcast. for years, but never sent a message. Well, thank you very much for messaging us today.
Hey, that's awesome, Mark. Thanks for getting in touch, Husky Papa. It's been very long time since we've had a new face or a new name, so welcome and thank you for listening for so long. Stadia, Helix, and GG, and the fact that you remember them all proves that. Thank you. That's awesome.
Sometimes I don't.
I mean, we get it wrong every single week when we talk about it still.
It's true.
You playing Alan Wake, Mark? Checking it out? Or just stopping by to see what it's all about? Right, goals. Examine the body. We did examine the body.
Yeah, she said you had to do the initial examination, then like the interior examination.
Oh, I'll actually send that. Nope, keep pressing the wrong button. Look at the board. Look at the cases. If the murder at Cauldron Lake, the main case, there's the clue. Examining the body. Oh, it's
Time
a
to see
separate
what
line.
Nightingale's body can tell us.
That's the only bit that's a bit clunky with navigating. Like, it doesn't really prompt you where to go, what to do. Right, what do we learn from the body? Plenty. Chest ripped open. That is something to learn from the body. Cause of death, most likely. Bloated joints indicate long-term water exposure, which is weird, which is the odd thing.
Another potential cause of death.
Ineligible words on the heart.
Anything to learn from the body, that's not going to be a cause of death.
Nope, should be its own separate line. Yeah. Ritualistic writing. Smudge text under the victim's skin. Oh, it's on the other side. Under the skin?
Mark saying I like to spot all gear. Okay. Yeah, I am currently wearing a Helix Cloud Games hoodie.
Looks inverted.
I don't have.
We haven't got GamerGuild hoodies yet.
We haven't. I've got a GamerGuild mug. I have a GamerGuild t-shirt. I think we got GamerGuild t-shirts, didn't we?
Yes. We got one to give away.
I've got a sticker of myself on my Xbox. I've got a GamerGuild sticker on one of my guitars, which is actually downstairs.
Something in his chest. Did the killers leave?
Check out the merch store.
But I just like this hoodie. It's nice. It's comfy.
It is. It's a really
I'm
good
not
quality.
wearing it right now because it's merch. I'm wearing it because it's a nice hoodie.
Yeah, I wear mine quite regular as well, and it's black, so it kind of just it goes with everything.
It's easy to just throw on.
Yeah, supporting the old gear. But thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it, and any comments are always welcome. So thanks, Mark. Thanks for listening. Add it to the doc for this week's show, Richie.
Yeah, I suppose in this week's podcast I was wearing straight up full Stadia gear, wasn't I?
You were. Right, so that's what we've got from the body. So the goal's now examine the chest cavity. Let's go. Out. Here we go. I feel like she needs a slightly bigger... Get gloves on, come on. Don't want to do that with your bare hands. What do you think it's going to be? A scroll? A page? A book? A wallet? Oh, don't touch it with your bare hand. Come on. You're an FBI agent. Gloves should be the first
It's
thing.
the same type of page we found at Cauldron
Oh,
Lake.
it is a page, not a wallet. Folded.
Yeah.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, it's
We
Iceman from
found these
X-Men.
kinds of pages.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were.
Who was in Quantum Break?
this case.
The other Remedy game.
I have them.
They are linked down there, Quantum Break and Alan Wake.
No, Control and Alan Wake are. Unless he's the same guy from Quantum Break. Oh shit's happening, Richie. The lights are flickering.
No, wait.
He's gone?
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Oh. He's just got the fire.
So he's not just brute like undead rage either there. He clearly disarmed him, threw the gun away. Let's continue to see that.
Yeah.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
Right, so Quantum Break is not part of the Remedy Connected Universe. It's Easter eggs.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light.
Yeah, get into the light. Stay in the light to avoid being detected by enemies so they can't see you in the light. I flick the switch, it goes click. Oh, there he is. See him there, Richie, just in the dark.
Yeah.
Show me the clicker. Oh, there he is. Look,
game.
He can't see me in the light.
Oh, it's kind of reverse stealth mechanics.
Gotta get it back.
Also, a gun. Did you say a gun's in the hall? Okay, safe havens will restore some of your health. If you leave or attack from a safe haven while in combat, it will become temporary unavailable.
Gotta move. Now.
Ah, wrong way. There's a gun.
Vanished.
End of chapter.
And very much like a Telltale game, this is where it does like there's always like an end of episode kind of vibe to it all.
Yeah.
Like you've just watched the show.
Credits.
Yeah, and again, as someone who's pressed for time, this is what we always talk about on the show. Is like what's great about these type of games. Like any story, this is the exact way. If I'm playing this on a night, this happens right here, and I go, it's like 20 to 1. I'll call it now. I'll call it I'll draw a line under what I'm doing.
I like linearity in games for them reasons. Sometimes when you get this massive open world, it can be quite fatiguing because there's just so much to do that you sometimes never feel like you're making any progress.
But he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me
Should we
fight
call
him.
things here?
Yeah, I just want to see what the outcome of that, like the fallout of that.
What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this.
So we got attacked by a dead man.
There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit.
So is he just like killed?
This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward.
It's a CCTV? That's what I'd be wondering. Like, I need to see this again.
So they've totally just killed the deputy there. What's the page?
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
It's a clever way of having his face kind of like pop up.
Yeah.
Right. Manuscript pages. Saga fights Nightingale with the light. Saga pursues Nightingale. So see what I mean? Like it's telling you the next part of the story without you doing it yet.
It's like your quest marker. It's like, oh, what's the next thing to go? You read the book.
What happened to the sheriff?
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
Yeah, so
He seemed
the
anxious,
sheriff, aka
like he
Iceman,
dreaded what
just
was
looked
coming.
up and then went
One
no,
more
and then he
mystery.
disappeared into the dark.
He said he found more pages.
Yeah, you recognise
And when they get
the
them,
page
why
from
you
the-
were reading the page.
So from a previous case, which I'm guessing is Alan Wake's case from 13 years ago,
Yeah.
which is the first game.
The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe.
Is there anything creepier than a
We
dead
need to
body
start
sitting up
learning this cult's
Undertaker
goal.
style, though?
Their purpose.
Like it's weird, even though I knew it had horror vibes, I didn't expect him to come to life for some reason in my brain. Like when that happened,
It caught
that
me
was a proper,
completely off guard because I was reading chat at the time as well. No, I wasn't. I wasn't even reading chat. I was googling like quantum
connections
break.
to quantum break. Yeah. Right. Okay. So medical box. Nothing in there. Should we put the heart in there? Do you think?
Can't be opened on this side.
Okay.
Oh, that's a stupid door, then, isn't it?
Yeah, doors can be opened from both. Unless it's a toilet. I guess it's locked from the toilet side.
The heart is gone
Oh,
too.
the heart's gone. Yeah.
Did the fucker take it with him?
I mean, it was his heart.
It's mine. This belongs to me.
It belongs in a museum. Right.
So what's that corpse there? We haven't looked at the corpse.
Oh, that was the woman screaming as he ran out. So when everything hit the fan the first time, Casey got knocked over. I got knocked on the floor. He walked around the corner. Then you heard the scream and a gunshot, and then that's when he came back with his face against the glass. So I'm guessing he just killed this poor lady.
It doesn't budge.
Right. Okay. Figure out where Nightingale went. They didn't go up the lift. Anything else in here? There's a body.
Mind Palace?
Guess so, yeah. Case board. Oh yeah, we've got that picture. That can't have been a photo then. It must just summarise for the visual sake of our benefit.
It's like a mental photograph of
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation.
I do like the
This is the case we
inversion of the
must solve.
classic stealth mechanics. Where usually it's like, oh, you need to stay in the dark, stay off the light. And it's like, no, just get in the light and they can't see you.
Huh.
Sago's back. So say that it says Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too. A Taken, which is the name of the bad guys. A creature of darkness.
So they're taking those who've been taken into the lake.
Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Don't know what the overlap is. Finding it. So that's why it's like I don't know what the overlap is. But then as you
That
keep
might be
going
like the
through
dark
town,
place.
Yeah.
You know, you theorize when you go into the lake, you're in like this pocket dimension, or like, what's it called from Stranger Things?
The Upside Down.
The Upside Down, yeah, might be that kind of thing. It's an overlap. It's another universe kind of overlapping with this one. And the lake's kind of a fault almost between the two planes of existence.
Right, victim's body.
Maybe the tattoos are kind of like like a physical sign that someone's traversed between this world and the overlap.
Nightingale was the only victim to become a monster.
Because he hunted Alan, believing Alan was a murderer, so Alan turned him into a monster.
Why is he the only one? Yeah, he's got connections to it. Victim of cult killing became a monster. Nope. Cult goal. Who's involved? I guess he's involved. Nope. Cult goal. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I need to dig into this. There must be an explanation.
I mean, I would be asking for backup. And
oh, absolutely.
A machine gun.
Massive LED lamp, like those industrial, like the bat signal.
Yeah, I want the military on this stuff. I want them.
Page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
You're definitely calling backup though, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Although, would backup believe you? It might be one of them where they just think you're insane.
Shops, y'all okay?
Take you off the case and send someone else.
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down.
They think you were crazy.
You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me.
She's very quite neutral in that delivery there.
We'll do what we can, man.
I mean, at the same time, I'd think the two if it's them two officers, I'd be like, the FBI just killed our squad.
That's how it looks. Right, bear in mind they've opened the door and that's all the a body and them two stood there. And then you went, oh, a guy came back to life and murdered her.
But at the same time, the corpse is gone and the sheriff's gone. So like,
Yeah,
well,
but
there's
they
no
can
other
only,
way
they're,
out.
they're only looking in that corridor. They haven't seen the corpse.
At this moment in time, yeah. You'd be
Yeah,
like-
that's what I mean. It's
It's
like,
like our
unless
our colleague is literally dead there, and they don't seem to be.
yeah, they've opened the door. Literally, unless it's CCTV that they've seen, they've opened the door. The colleague's dead in the door, and you and the two FBI agents have stood there, and then started talking about a guy coming back to life.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit that would be me a case of like, pass me your gun. We're going to have a bit of a chat. Like
you're under
I
arrest.
need something to cut this.
Yeah.
Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean?
You're under arrest. We're going to put you in the cell. We're going to have have a look around.
Magic's not real.
They're about to talk now.
Magic's not real. Right? Not looking.
Magic's definitely not real. They are a bit special, them two, though, aren't they? Mulligan
Yeah,
and
but
Thorne.
there's you see a corpse.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if you're fairly dim, you see a corpse and you see two people, and then someone starts talking, but basically about zombies. You're going, gun.
It's kind of the same with like
cuffs, gun. Like, let's clear this up.
It's kind of the same with like everything in here is like life is not like life is normal. It's like, hang on a minute, everyone in the station will be on high alert right now.
Everyone will be freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, it's typical video game stuff in that.
Yeah.
Hey, map of the station.
Someone will be right with you.
I wonder if that's the same old lady who used to work here 13 years ago. Should have said anything yet. This is.
I can't force it open.
That's just open. The prison cells are in here. Oh, they've moved the cells around.
Walter, huh?
There's always a drunk guy in here. That might be him.
I want out. Something bad's going down. I can feel it. Let me out.
Walt Disney? Can we go out the back or not? No, nothing out the back.
I wonder if like the townsfolk they just modelled after people who work for Remedy.
I like throwing you in jail every other day.
Every other day. It's like you said, where you get the drunk and he just throws you in the jail.
Any idea how much paperwork you're causing me? What's a lot?
It's like, sorry man, I just get too. I think they were making moonshine in the first
Sit
game.
here and stew for a while. Think about your life choices.
There's toilet.
Is it really worth this?
What's that? I know one of them is stealing the toilet paper. I've been counting them, and there's an entire roll missing every day from stock. Theft is taken seriously. It's a sheriff's station, for Pete's sake. One of these days I'm going to catch you red-handed. You better believe you're getting thrown out. What a disgrace you are.
It's entirely possible, considering there seems to be quite a few people working the sheriff's station, and there seems to be one toilet, that it is just literally a case of one roll is getting used a day.
Yeah. What kind of nut counts toilet paper? Sounds like you've got too much time on your hands. Nothing. Okay. Right.
I suppose that's one of the things. It's just
Nightingale
helping
and his
paint that
cult
small
are
town
dangerous.
vibe, isn't it?
We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
Yeah.
Smart choice, Anderson.
Literally gonna call him.
Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP.
There you go. He called in.
Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't
Smart
been
as
run
well.
yet.
Don't give
We can't
detail.
assume the person writing these
Yeah, don't make
pages
yourself sound
isn't
crazy.
playing us.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's our best lead.
I suppose it's one of them. In this sort of situation, imagine you kind of people already prepped. You're going to a scene of where there's potentially a serial killer involved.
Mercado won't roll over on the issues.
Okay. That's the campaign.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's probably one of them. Okay, two of you are going out to investigate, do a preliminary investigation. There seems to be a serial murderer. There's probably a couple of people kind of like already aware, brief on the case, just in case they need to send more people.
Car can be used to travel between locations.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer.
Get a beer.
Or maybe 3.
Cauldron. Or maybe 3. Well, it is the weekend after all, folks.
Yeah.
Right, as
Happy
we arrive
weekend.
at Cauldron Lake,
I need to come clean.
let's
Anderson.
see what they say here, and I think
I
we'll
know
call
why
it
Nightingale was here 13
Well,
years
here
out and
will
get a
be
beer?
some exposition.
Or maybe 3.
Yeah.
A writer.
That's going to tie it in. There we go. What a perfect
Tammy
ending.
mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
You?
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all
Title
the
of the game.
facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Whose is the van? I'm already suspicious. In the middle of nowhere when there's another vehicle.
Yeah.
Chapter
The
2.
heart.
So, yeah, it's an
The page
interesting...
says Nightingale's in something called an overlap.
Go to the Mind Palace to pause it out. Yeah, so far we've done a lot of investigation work. We kind of have the premise of what's going on. It's and it's storytelling. It's reminiscent of a lot of other games in a weird way, but I think the way it's doing like the cutscenes and the character development, it's almost like very Naughty Dog-esque. Like it's slow burn
yeah.
rather than just like typical
I'm
video
feeling
game.
Naughty Dog quality of storytelling. There's some like kind of Life is Strange-esque kind of tropes with the investigation, what's going around. But then there's clearly bits of Resident Evil, which haven't really took the forefront yet, but they're planting the seeds.
Yeah, it's interesting because as well, it's
a nice blend of genres.
It is. It's what's happening. Like we're getting to know these characters, like the main like Saga. We're getting to know Alex Casey as well through just like
that's what I mean from like the
commentary.
Life is Strange thing, where you kind of get to know the people of the town and how they all interact and stuff, and then this narrative builds and builds from there.
Interesting. So as far as the first look goes, then Richie, obviously I've just recently platinumed the first game, so I'm all in on this. That's why I bought it. Graphically, it looks way better. Storytelling wise, they've done a couple of things different with the investigationary stuff, but I like it. It's different. Like I said, it's a good blend of different genres, it seems. And weirdly enough, we haven't even got to any of the action. And the action in the first game was one of the parts that I really loved. The combat with hit them with a torch, break the shield, use a combination of different things to kill the enemies. And we've only really fought one in a corridor. So yeah, what about yourself then? You've never played Alan Wake before. First thoughts of the first 2 odd hours of the sequel?
I can only really talk about it from in terms of a viewer, but I think from what we've played, I don't think me and you are that different. Whether I was on the 60 or on the 6 isn't so far. The gameplay isn't changing things up. I'm engaged. I'm liking it. I think it's very interesting. It's kind of like planting a few seeds and getting you thinking about the narrative and how it's all structured and stuff.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's really good, and it's crazy to think the first game allured both of us for 13 odd years, and then now this game, like from what I'm seeing here, I can, if the story escalates and it gets more fun, the action it gets richer and deeper, I can see why this is in the game of the year conversation for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not going to run out and buy it anytime soon because I've got other stuff to play, but I'm more inclined to than I was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and I would say based on that, you probably have the first game in your library somewhere as well, if not on Game Pass.
Potentially, yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that, and you could finish that in probably 10, 12 hours. But as we know, back catalogues are a thing, and that's why we're here on the channel to give you viewers out there a first look at a game without you purchasing it for yourself. So Alan Wake 2 is out now. There is the first 2 hours. I'm going to go away and finish the game, hopefully play more of it by the end of the year, because I want this to, one of the reasons I tried to get to this, Richie, is to be in our Game of the Year conversation, which we'll do on the podcast in about 3 weeks time, as we wind down on 2023. But yeah, that has been our first look here on GamerGuild TV. Thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you're kept in the loop with all of our other great content like Let's Plays. I'm currently wrapping up on Rise Son of Rome. The final episode of that will be up tomorrow for Saturday morning viewing. Richie, you've been chipping away at Zelda Ocarina of Time.
I have this as well.
Oh, he's got a sexy N64
and you know what?
Controller.
The analog stick isn't wobbly at all. It's nice and snappy. It's like, yeah.
For now, but yeah, so Richie's playing through Ocarina of Time. We've got many more things when we play, usually every single week on a live stream. But don't forget to check out the rest of the channel, such as the GamerGuild Podcast, which goes live every Monday with new episodes right here on YouTube and also available on podcast platforms. Just search out GamerGuild TV and you'll find us. I'm at CyberChris2077. Richie is
at RichieC89
over on X, formerly known as Twitter. You'll see us on the podcast. But remember, folks, play it wherever makes you the happiest, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.